this morning I try and film a little morning practice, share with you. This is Eloise. I'm sleepy. I just woke up. And it's that time between Christmas and New Year where we can, after the Christmas rush, feel suddenly a little run over, a little flat, a little bit in that no man's land, maybe quite exhausted after the build up to the festivities, and for many of us through the festivities themselves. So even so, it's good to, we keep practicing and we adapt the practice to support ourselves. So she will calm down once we start. I've got my blanket here ready to put on my mat. Maybe pause this, if you don't have a bolster, get a pillow and just wrap it in a towel to make a bolster shape. You could have a couple of blankets, some blocks and a belt if you have them. We want to bring that energy down at this time of year, back home, back here, so we feel grounded, we feel contained, and this prana here helps us release what we need to let go of and contain what we want to contain. Also, I think important as we move towards the new year. So very simple little practice today. Let's go. So let's make a bit of extra nourishment for ourselves. I'm going to move my dog and then put oh darling, come on Ellie, good girl, lay down. Good girl. And then put the blanket on the mat. So that I just have a little cushioning for my back. Darling, you've got to move. Come on. Ellie, move. Good girl. Ellie, move. Good girl. She doesn't get it. Dogs like to lie where their owners lie. She's got her own mat here. Covered in hairs. Alright, and then take a bolster. We'll take your improvised bolster. Place it under the back of your knees and let's lie back. We'll lie back for about 5 minutes. So begin to connect with the back of your body. Feel the back of the heels dropping down into the mat. Give the weight of your legs up to the bolster. Feel the back of your pelvis drop heavily down. Back of the shoulder girdle is heavy on the mat. Back of the arms and hands. Back of the head. Feel the little muscles around the eyes relaxed. Your cheeks, your jaw, your throat, your solar plexus. And then please rest your awareness in your belly. And let's come to that practice of samavriti. Even rise and fall of the breath. Equal inhale, equal exhale. Observe the quality of your breath as you first come to practice. So our breath reveals a lot about our state of being, state of our nervous system, deeper state of our minds. But the breath is also the means to change and bring more equilibrium to all this. So let's stay for a few minutes with samavriti. take a good breath in. And bend the knees, place the feet on your bolster. Just move the bolster aside a moment. Let's lengthen the legs out, feet together. Reach the arms overhead. Reach back into your hands, forward into your feet, tuck the chin. And then please release. And can you draw the knees into the chest? And rock a little side to side. Come to center, hands on the knees. Inhale, take the knees away from you. Exhale, draw them in. Keep the chin tucked. Inhale, knees move away from you. Feel the tailbone drop towards the floor. Exhale, knees move in. Let's keep going. One more. Please take the arms out to the side. Keep the knees drawn in. Can you exhale both knees over to your left? Lower the knees to the floor. Maybe you turn your gaze to the right. Inhale, knees to center. Exhale, knees right. Try to keep the knees together. Gaze is to the left. Let's do 4 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 3. Inhale. Exhale. 2. Exhaling to your left. 1. Great, and back to center. Place the feet flat. Let's bring the palms down alongside us. Feet hip distance apart. Feet parallel. Fingers reach towards the heels. Push down through the feet. Inhale, let's lift the back. Reach the arms back overhead. Exhale. Feel the belly draw towards the spine. Going to build the exhales to support our work today. Inhale, 4 counts. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 5. Great. Exhale, 6. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 7. Drawing the belly back. Inhale, 7. Exhale, 8. Leave the hands alongside you. Come up, your fullest inhale.
Interlock the hands underneath you. Roll the arms underneath you, shoulders underneath you. Lengthen the inner elbows. Push down through the feet. Just come back to Samavriti. The chin can lift a little, so we're not drawing the shoulder blades down the back, but press the back of the head into the mat. Even breaths. One more breath. Release the hands. On an exhale, roll down. Hug the knees in, a little wide of the chest, more towards the armpits this time. Tailbone drops towards the floor, the chin tucks. Breathe here. Smooth breaths into the belly. Though if your breath kind of wants to surge or you want to sigh initially, that's okay. It's like an adjustment happening in your nervous system. It's so quick to happen when we practice with this breath movement coordination. Please bring the legs together. Extend the legs straight up. We can hold the back of the legs to start with and point and flex the feet. Draw circles with the feet in a clockwise direction. Anti-clockwise. And then can you release the arms and take the arms back overhead and keep the legs up and keep lifting into the heels. Even breaths. Even though the breath's more dynamic, let's keep it smooth and even. Push up through the inner edges of your feet. Bring the hands to the inner thighs. Take the feet wide apart. Push into the heels. Chin tucks, shoulders relaxed towards the floor. Inner edges of your heels. Balls of your feet also press away from you. Even breaths. Rest your mind in the movement of your breath in your belly. And then create a little resistance with your hands. As you inhale, bring the legs together. Exhale, hug the knees into your chest. Again, allow yourself to sigh. Allow the breath to surge momentarily. And feel how there's a releasing in that. Good, and for a moment, can you bring the soles of the feet together in a kind of Baddha Konasana. So soles of the feet together, just adjust my blanket. Knees out to the side. Take the arms overhead, take hold of the elbows, rest here. Pause there a moment longer. Okay, and then please lengthen the legs out. Take a good stretch. Roll through your right side. And come up. And let's meet on hands and knees. Maybe if you like a little padding for your knees, you could keep that blanket. Let's go really easy on ourselves this morning. Do you know you want your feet on the mat, of course, and your hands on the mat. Hands for men under the shoulders, for women a little in front of the shoulders, a little wider than shoulder width. Knees, of course, under the hips. Tuck the toes. Exhale, round the back. Draw the belly back. Point the toes back. Inhale. Stretch the chest forward. Slight lift of the chin. We're dipping the back. 4 more like that. Last one. Good. Come to neutral. Tuck the toes. Exhale. Lift the hips. Down dog. Let's keep the knees bent to start with. And then push through your right hand. Keep the left knee soft. Lengthen the right heel towards the mat. Keep lifting both hips up and back. Breathe here. Belly is still drawing back to the back body on the exhale. And then please switch the legs. Push through your left hand. Descend your left heel. Bend both knees momentarily, come down onto hands and knees on an inhale. Exhale, lift up. Descend both heels towards the floor. Maybe you step the feet in a fraction. Lift the top front of your thighs in and up. Lift the sit bones, descend the heels, shoulders away from the ears, collarbones lengthen away from the hips. Pushing through the hands into the mat. Feel how here in this pose that natural tone hollowing in the belly. Support that with each exhale to support this kind of sense of containment of our energy. And with allowing a lengthening exhale, simultaneously that release of whatever doesn't support us.
the left knee to the mat first if you wish. We're stepping the right foot forward to come up to a lunge. Point the toes back on the left foot. Just come up for a moment. And hands on top of the thigh. Just interlock the fingers like that, palms down. Stretch the skin of the top of the thigh towards your knee. Drop the shoulder blades down your back. And then sink down through the hips, pressing down through the top of that back foot. Tailbone towards your front knee. Belly draws in. And let's pulse a little here. Good, and then sink down on an exhale. Can you inhale, bring the arms up, interlock the fingers, but index fingers are together. If you can, take the arms behind the ears and lift your gaze. Keep squeezing the inner thighs in. Breathe here. Good, inhale to center. Exhale, place the hands down. We're going to come back and we'll sit, if you can, on your heel, so your foot sickles in. Keep the back of the right leg pressing down and just come forward. Pull away from the leg a moment, tuck the chin, and then let's exhale and fold over the leg. If this is not possible for you because you have a restriction in the knee or the quads are tight, then from that lunge, you can come back and just bring the right knee back. Sit on the heels a moment, lengthen the leg out and come to like a Janu Sirsasana, which we will come back to in any case. So left foot is inside the thigh, right leg is lengthened out. Otherwise, you're staying with the right leg lengthened out, the left foot tucked underneath the hip, forward folding of the leg. Nice even breath. Good, and then walk the hands in, lift yourself back into that lunge, sink down a moment, lift the front body, and then tuck the toes under. We'll step back to our down dog. Just momentarily come down, hands and knees, inhaling. Exhale, sit back on the heels. Inhale, lift the forehead, lift the chest. Exhale, lie down. Inhale, float through to a cobra or an up dog. Exhale, lift the hips. Look forward. Left foot forward into the lunge. Okay. So remember, you want the front heel down, you want the knee over the ankle ideally, or just a little in front, as long as you're grounding down through that back foot. Okay. Hands on top of the thigh, stretch the skin towards the knee, tailbone towards your knee. Let's pulse. Good, exhale, sink down. Inhale, bring the arms up. Take the arms behind the ears, press the palms in. Keep the belly toned, keep the inner thighs squeezing in, and then maybe lift your gaze up. Breathe here. center. Exhale, the hands down. And let's walk the hands back. Come to sit on the heel or come to that Janu Shirsasana variation. So left leg will be lengthened out, left foot inside the thigh, knee out to the side. And then we come forward. In this first variation where we're sitting on the heel, there's not much lengthening through the front body. Do your best, just pull back. You'll feel more stretch down the back of the leg. And then exhale, fold over the leg. Don't drop the chin to the chest, just tuck it slightly so that you get a little sense that on each inhale your collarbones lengthen towards the top of your foot. And on each exhale maybe the front of your spine descends a little more towards your leg. Still aware of the belly drawing towards your back body on each exhale. Good, and please inhale, walk the hands in. Let's bring ourselves, everyone, back into the lunge. Good, press the top of the foot down. Lift the front body, drop the shoulder blades down your back. And then palms down, lift the back knee. We're stepping back, down dog. Samariti. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, sit back on the heels. Inhale, lift the forehead, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Inhale, float through to a cobra or an up dog. Slight lift of the gaze, but descend the shoulder blades, hug the elbows in. Exhale to down dog. A little more work here. Inhale, right leg forward, left knee down, point the toes back, drop the shoulder blades. We're going to bring the right hand, back of the hand to the small of the back, so the palm faces towards the back of your mat. Left hand can come inside the foot, or you can bring the hand onto a brick. Don't collapse your weight into that hand, rather lift out of it. Just notice the difference. Here I drop my weight, here I lift out of the heel of my hand into my shoulder socket. Creates a little more length through the waist, through the left side of the back. Squeeze the thighs in, so keep pressing down through the base of the right big toe. Roll the right shoulder open and lift your top arm. And maybe lift your gaze to your thumb. Hug in with the inner right thigh. Notice how it wants to splay out. Bring the hand down. Come back for a moment so you align this left hip and knee, and then can you bring the right foot into a kind of pigeon pose position. So you bring the heel in towards the groin and you slide the left leg back. Lengthen here first, drop the shoulder blades. With the collarbones, if you need to, you can bring a little support underneath that right hip, and then we'll come forward to fold over the legs. Again, the focus is on a lengthening exhale. If this variation is not accessible to you, you just come onto your back, bring the right ankle on top of the left knee, and draw the knee in. Right hand threads between the legs, and then you're clasping around the back of the left, around the front of the left shin. A few more breaths here. Good. Inhale, walk the hands in. Right hand around the back of the thigh or just to the floor behind you. Left hand can come just in front of you, just in front of diagonal of the right knee, and you can twist. Some of you can maybe bind to twist, grabbing hold of the thighs. Good. Bring your hands to the mat. Step back, down dog. Let's do our little kind of easy sun salute flow through. Inhale, hands and knees. Exhale, sit back on the heels. Inhale, lift the forehead, lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, float through. Cobra or up dog. Elbows soft, shoulders drop down the back. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, your left foot forward. Back into the lunge. Okay. Grab the brick. If you're using a brick, come up. Bring the right hand inside the left foot. Back of the left hand to the small of the back. Open the left shoulder. Lift out of the heel of the right hand. Top arm up. Okay. Hold there. In the twist. Breathe. Keep squeezing in with the inner left thigh. And then bring the hands down. Move your brick aside. Come back a little bit so that right hip aligns initially over the right knee. So you can just bring your left foot in, no forcing of your left knee towards the right groin. Right knee kind of points towards the front of your mat, and then lengthen that right leg back. Otherwise you come into the reclining variation on your back. You can keep the left foot flexed also to take care of the knee joint. You can bring the brick underneath the left hip if the hip does not drop yet to the floor. And then you can push back against the brick to encourage a little more opening there. Otherwise you just come forward, lengthening collarbones away from the hips, melt the chest towards the floor. Long exhales. Allow any sigh, any release. Very nice. Please walk the hands in. And if you're in the reclining variation, please stay there a few more breaths. Otherwise, right hand in front of the kind of diagonal of the left knee, left hand behind you. Sorry, if you can hear my dog. Neighbour dog walk into their driveway. Okay, and then rotate to your left. Some of you, maybe you combined. Left hand to the outside of the right thigh, right hand over the left thigh, lift the chest, drop the shoulder blades. Breathe, even breath. And come back to center. Tuck the toes under. I need to move forward. My mat. And then step back. Good. Heels descend, hips lift. Inhale onto all fours. Exhale, sit back. Inhale, lift the forehead, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slide through, cobra or up dog. And this time we're going to exhale and lower down. You can keep the pubic bone on your folded blanket, that's quite a nice support. You can keep the feet so the toes drop in, the heels drop out, And make a pillow here for your forehead with your hands. Just pause here, connect with the movement of the breath in your belly. So let's keep our awareness there in this pelvic bowl where the attention goes, the energy goes. We really want to feel that kind of containment, which will give us a sense of centering, grounding, and less leaking of our energy. Okay, so from here, we're going to come into a Dhanurasana, a bow pose. It's fantastic for clearing stagnation, toxicity from the abdominal organs, and also kind of waking up that energy in the low region of the body. I know for some of you it's not so accessible. If that's the case, you can do one leg at a time. Okay, you can just come up, bring one knee up. You can even use the belt around the top of your foot to do one leg at a time. Okay, so just like that. But squeeze the thighs in. Okay, others, but this should work for you. Otherwise, you can come onto your side. Probably better than doing it with the belt. Actually, just come onto your side. It's a little intense on the arm and the shoulder. Okay, so just a few breaths on each side. Go ahead, if that's you, right legs to begin with. Otherwise, forehead to the mat, bend both knees, take hold of the ankles or the shins, forehead to the mat, knees are about hip distance apart. Inhale, through your inhale, lift the forehead, lift the chest, roll the shoulders back. On your exhale, kick back against the hands to lift the legs, and then we're going to rock on the belly. Do two more. I can't do and talk. Great, and release. Good, lengthen the legs out, release the arms. Turn your head to one side. Please turn your head the other way. Great. And then please bring the hands under the shoulders. Bring the legs together. Push back. And come to sit up on your heels. Or, if it's better for you, please come to a cross-legged position. We'll just pause a moment here. Inhale and bring the arms up overhead. Turn the palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen out. Draw the belly back. Slightly tuck the chin and breathe. Feel the descent of your inhale through the chest into the belly. Feel the release of your belly towards the back body. Two more breaths like this. And then please release the arms. Rest the palms on your lap. And try to feel the same breath pattern. So your inhale descends into the belly, through the chest, into the abdomen. Your exhale releases now from the belly, through the pelvic floor, as if it releases deep into the earth. Inhale descends. Exhale releases deep into the earth. exhale, that downward movement of your energy, letting go of what you don't need. Keep going like that. This prana we work with supports the elimination physiologically, so daily movement of our bowels, movement of the menstrual fluid, but also on an energetic, psychological level, it's supporting that letting go of the negativity of that which burdens us and which moves us away from remembering our essence, what we really are. Our higher, truer qualities of being. Feel the effects of this breath as we stay with the practice a little longer. And then please open the eyes. And let's lengthen the legs out. So we're going to use the same breath pattern within a forward bend shape. So you can roll your blanket up to lift the hips a little more if you like. You can place a brick underneath the back of the knees or the bolster. Well, I think the brick is better underneath the back of the knees. If you need to lift them so you get a little more length in your lower back. We're going to reach forward for the feet, but forget about forward bending. You just want to pull back as far as you can. So even take the flesh a little from underneath your sit bones. You can also, if it's difficult for you, you can take the belt, take it around the ball of the feet, not the arch of the feet. Wrap the strap around your hands and just try to get that length in your spine this way. So pull forward, tuck the chin, keep the collarbones lifting. And then wherever you are, we're going to look for that same breath pattern, okay? So the descent of the inhale, maybe into the solar plexus, the belly. The descent into the ground from your belly through the pelvic floor into the earth. Inhale, pull back a little more, feel the breath descend. Exhale. 3 more. 2. 3 more. We're going to pause at the end of the exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Deep down into the earth. Stop the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Keep pulling back. Inhale. Exhale. Pause. Inhale, here, pull back. Exhale, fold over your legs. Relax the face. Relax the breath. Soften the elbows and the shoulders. Rest the mind in your belly. Inhale, walk the hands in. Sit upright a moment. Keep the back long. Press the inner thighs down. If you can, keep the back long, hands on top of the thighs. There's this kind of lift up, pull in and up from the belly to keep you upright. Slightly displace the head back. Breathe here. Feet are flexed. This can serve as our counter pose. This spinal extension is making space between the vertebrae through that inner pull in and up from the belly. One more breath here. Fantastic. And please come to lie on the back. Please bring the soles of the feet together again for a Baddha Konasana. We're going to make this shape with the hands, so index fingers together, thumbs together, and place the hand on the belly. You can take a kind of small blanket if you like, fold it, place it under the back of your head. A little extra softness, support. We've got the mudra on the lower abdomen, so right down near the pubic bone. Just like the outer edge of your palm maybe touches that bony part of your hip. And let's come back to that apana breath practice. Apana is that downward moving prana. It gives us that sense of being contained, at home in ourselves. The whole practice is kind of coming home to ourselves. The exhale is, of course, releasing through the lower belly, through the pelvic floor, deep down into the earth. All that does not support us. Physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So inhale into the space between your hands. Exhale from there down into the ground. Face relaxed, breath is smooth and even. You can keep the legs bent, or you can lengthen the legs out. Just keep the hands as they are for a moment.
can leave the hands in this mudra. Or for the last few minutes of the class, release the arms into Shavasana. Be here in this total gesture of surrender and let go into the support of the earth beneath you. So you can stay here longer to let go more deeply into the Shavasana. Or you can bring your left hand onto your heart center, midpoint of the chest just below the collarbones. Right hand onto your belly. Feel for a moment the breath beneath your hands, these two centers. Heart center and the center that is of the Japanese, the Hara, in Chinese, Taoism, the Dantian, Yoga, Uddiyana, an important center for containment, strength, centering. Feel your breath flow between these 2 points. Even as you remove your hands and stretch the body, can you stay connected with these two centers? So when you're ready, feet together. Fill the centers with breath as you reach overhead. And exhale, release the arms. Let's roll onto the right side. Pause a moment here. And left hand into the mat. Please come up to sitting. Okay, I hope that feels a little better. I hope you could hear me as well, because it's just the mic on the iPad. Post more classes soon. Namaste. Have a lovely